Hello, lovely people. I welcome you once again to Bright and Clara's channel. This is episode 2 on a 6-bedroom house that we are putting up for our client. So, in your view, is a typical 3D representation of the beautiful 6-bedroom house. As you see in the 3D, this is originally a 5-bedroom house. But then upon reaching the side, we noticed that the ground was not flat as been shown. The ground level was a slope land, and so we needed to add a basement. But originally, this is how we designed it. So the 3D comes in two 3Ds. The earlier 3D is this one, showing that the ground is level, and this is the new 3D, indicating that the land has become a slopy land, and so we needed to add a basement. So we needed to redesign the whole thing all over again. So that is the entire design. It was designed by Mr. Frank Hammond. Mr. Frank Hammond is an electrical engineer, but he has a firm, and the firm, they do electrical drawings and other activities, and so he spearheads the architectural design. He is in charge of the architectural firm, and so he controls everything. Okay, if you need the services of Mr. Frank Hammond, please do not hesitate to contact him in case you want him to supervise your project for you, especially a very difficult and a challenging one. Mr. Hammond and his team will come there and do that for you. He's well versed in structural engineering, and so coupled to his degree in electrical engineering, he comes in embodiment of a lot of knowledge. So we are still laying the blocks. The last time you saw the amount of work that were done. Okay, I just wanted to recap a little bit to capture the basement side more. And so this is the basement, and look at the slope all the way up. Very steep, very steep. You understand? If you're not careful, the blocks might not be linear. You understand? So it needs a careful consideration and attention. Okay, and that is exactly why Mr. Hammond was on this project, because he needs to be there to monitor, to make changes, and to effect changes when it is necessary. In case you want to do a borehole drilling, please contact Jonathan Amwa. Jonathan Amwa is my cousin, okay, and he comes with a lot of expertise in geophysics, where he comes to do ecological survey and detect volumes of water under the earth for you. He does borehole drilling, reverse osmosis, water treatment, and sales of pumps. So in case you want to set up a pure water factory, he's the right person you need to talk to. You understand? So that is it. So again, back to the block laying at the basement. We are using 6 inches quarry dust. The reinforcement is 16 mm throughout. Okay, 16 mm throughout. So we're going to have the staircase area. From here we have a bedroom, 1 bedroom, and the gym at the front, a small kind of living area, a storeroom. Okay, and then I think there is a staircase, and the staircase takes you up to the ground level. You understand? The staircase takes you to the ground level. So basically, this is a recap of the episode 1, indicating how steep the land is. Are you with me? And so from here, like I did mention, the advantages and disadvantages of building on a slopy land. Okay, 1, it is expensive. When I talk about expensiveness, I'm not just referring to you getting a quote and say it's expensive. No, prices may vary because changes are effected according to real time whilst you are at the site. Based on that, the movement of the project, then you will determine that, okay, we need to do some few changes here and do some few changes here. So if you plan your your estimate and there's no contingency, it makes it more difficult. This project requires a lot of contingency at even 120%, not even 10%, but even at 120%, because you will face a lot of challenges. And in those challenges, you need to take decision right there and then inform the client. The client understands, and then you proceed. You understand? Because it might not always go as the way you plan. Okay, but whilst you are working on the field, you really get to understand what needs to be done. And so once you effect those changes, the client must understand and make funds available so that the project can move steadily. Are you with me? So the iron rods that you might have estimated along the line was not enough. Mr. Hammond needed to get some more. You'll be seeing that in the video. The retaining wall, where we positioned the retaining wall, we realized that we needed to do some few adjustments. He did that as well. You'll be seeing that in the video. The height of the basement wall, due to certain reasons, we needed to go more. And for us to go more, it means that we need to create a beam. Okay, after a certain height of maybe 7 courses of the block, then we needed to create a beam so we can increase the height of the basement. Because then Mr. Hammond noticed that people were building around, and if that happens and there's water, it might be gushing towards our building. And for us to be on a safer side, we needed to raise the structure up a little bit to avoid flooding. Not necessarily flooding, but yeah, because flooding might happen within your premises, because you might have water coming from the top and it will flood your own house. Understand? Yes, so we needed to raise the structure a little bit, and so that when we do the filling and everything is done, the building will not be short. Are you with me? The building will not be short. So people are building around, honestly. Previously, when we went to this area, it was empty. Completely empty. There was nobody around. But I think 2 years down the line, people have started building, and you see people are almost getting to completion. You understand? So it is always advisable to start something now. And before you realize, a year is gone by, 2 years gone by, 3 years, and you see yourself at the top, and then you ask yourself, how did I get here? That is how nature is. You think you don't have the finances, but when you start, you will see wherever you have to get finance to, you pump into your project, you will be getting new ideas every day. New ideas keeps coming. So I always advise, start something. The one you have, let us begin something for you. Before you know it, you have another money for the next phase. I have another money for the third phase, and boom, we are done. Okay, so this is a retaining wall. For those of you who don't know retaining wall, retaining wall is simply made of reinforcement and concrete. And this partition between the basement level and that of the ground level. So all these areas are considered the ground level because this makes the ground. So this is going to all be a foundation, overside concrete cast. We are going to fill all these partitions with laterite, ramp it, and then raise the superstructure from here. So all these are ground level. And you can see that there's a slope in there. So we need to increase the block height from where the gentleman is. We need to increase all those height all the way to this point where the retaining wall starts. We need to raise it up so that it will be level with the retaining wall. Understand? So it's not easy. And this retaining wall should be done properly because everything boils down. All the pressure is supported by the retaining wall. Okay, so it should be cast with the quality, utmost quality, in terms of the cement, in terms of its ratio, the sand. Okay, it should be done correctly so that when there's pressure, it will be able to withstand that pressure. So here you see Mr. Hammond procuring extra iron rods because what we have estimated we've run out due to changes that he had to make at the site. It was very crucial. We created a lot of footing beams. Yeah, footing beams in order to protect the block and also to protect the pressure from the laterite, so that when you pour in the laterite, it will not push the block backwards. You understand? So we needed to create footings beam on all, most of them, not all entirely, but most of them. You understand? It was very, very necessary. So when you have such a project, like I said, it's capital intensive. It's really capital intensive. Are you with me? And you should be ready to inject capital into your foundation. If not, what is the essence of building in the first place? Then you shouldn't have started. Are you with me? You shouldn't have started. And this project, the foundation alone is, I think, getting to it's past $50,000. I need to double check with my estimate. You understand? It passed. And the reinforcement, we will buy and buy and buy because we are looking for a certain quality. And once we get that quality, we are happy. With time, building usually settles down. So if you don't do it properly and they settle down, there's going to be crack, and which especially will not affect the structure if the crack is not coming from the foundation but is coming from the top. Then you are safe. And those ones, they can be rectified. But the moment the crack is within the foundation and from the foundation base all the way up, then there is an issue as per civil code. You understand? So yeah, this whole area from the down there are all for the basement. You're going to fill it with laterites and you will see the progress of work made so far. Okay, if you love this video and you've not yet subscribed, I urge you to subscribe to the channel, okay, and help the community grow. On your right hand side, there's a bell icon. Please click on the bell icon and go to all. All means you are keeping us on post notification, so that whenever I drop a video, you'll be the first to be notified. Okay, from me to you, shalom. God bless you wherever you are. Bye bye.